Evening, Billy.
Evening, Squire.
Billy, I'd like you to meet the governor.
I'm pleased to meet you, Billy. Would you be seated?
Your note gave me promise of absolute protection.
Yes, and I have been true to my promise. Mr. Wilson and I are the only persons in the house. Well now, you don't look like such a dangerous man to me, Mr. Bonnie, or Antrim, or Billy the Kid. Which shall it be?
My friends call me Billy.
Well, Billy, I have come to Lincoln for the purpose of ending this intolerable anarchy, once and for all. And I need your eyewitness testimony in court. Will you help me?
If I can, Governor. You know I'm wanted by the authorities, and the authorities are my enemies. So how can I show up in court without being arrested? Now, I'm not afraid to die like a man, fighting, but I would not like to die like a dog, shackled and unarmed.
I've thought of that, Billy, and I have a plan. What if I arrange a mock arrest and hold you here in Lincoln among friends, rather than in Fort Stanton, where your enemies come and go freely? Then, if you testify in court in April and stand trial yourself, I will let you go scot-free with a pardon in your pocket for all your misdeeds.
A mock arrest? That might work. You might keep me in handcuffs to make it look real bona fide. You see, my hands are small, but my wrists are large, so I can slip in and out of any set of handcuffs made. But I'd sure have to put a lot of trust in the men you send to arrest me.
Name your own men, time and place, Billy. I'll do the rest. But remember, make choices which are believable and convincing.
I'll keep that in mind, Governor. I'm tired of running and would like to put my guns away. You'll be hearing from me, all right, Governor? Well, I can't stay in one place too long. Guess I'd better go now. Evening, Governor.
Good evening, Billy, and good luck.
Buenas noches, mi amigo. Adios.
I wish that boy would take my advice. He has the makings of a fine man.
The kid submitted to the fake arrest and was placed in jail in London. True to his word, he provided the necessary testimony in court. But when his own trial came up, the district attorney had it postponed and moved to Old Mesilla, enemy territory for the kid. He waited for a couple of months until just before he was to be taken to Mesilla without any word from the governor. Then Billy must have decided that he had risked enough. At any rate, one day he simply slipped out of his handcuffs, walked out of jail, rode back to Fort Sumner, and resumed his career in wrestling. He had made his choice, and there was no turning back. In Fort Sumner, the kid found friends, but he couldn't stay there long, for the law was after him. Still with him were Charlie Bowdry, Tom O'Folliard, Doc Skurlock, and a few others. They were operating on a large scale in the wrestling business, using Fort Sumner as their headquarters. It wasn't a safe life, but it was an exciting one. He also renewed a friendship of sorts with a Texan named Pat Garrett. These friendly relations soon became strained, however, when Pat Garrett was elected sheriff of Lincoln County on a platform of law and order. Cattle rustling and horse stealing continued, and the cattlemen were pleased when Pat Garrett promised to nail the hides of the rustlers to the barn door. Some of the people were plenty set against the kid, and Pat's promise to bring in his former friend, dead or alive, was good campaign stuff. But the kid had no idea of changing his mind just to suit Pat Garrett. who was a fellow that didn't give up easy either. He stayed right after the kid, and one break led to another till things began to go Garrett's way. One bright morning, the kid found himself and a few of his men cornered in an adobe shack near Stinking Springs, with Garrett's men surrounding him on all sides. Here is where the kid's right-hand man, Charlie Bowdry, got killed. Poor old Charlie. He fair worshipped the kid, stayed with him to the last. Some say the death of Charlie shook the kid up pretty bad. Well, quien sabe. Anyway, he surrendered to Garrett, and to make a long story short, the kid was tried for murder in Old Mesilla, found guilty, and sentenced to hang at Lincoln. So, on a certain day in 1881, the Apache Indians, from their high-up mountain lookouts, could have seen horseback figures making their way along the trail from Mesilla to Lincoln. The kid, with 5-man escort, is returning to Lincoln. His special guards are Robert Ollinger and J.W. Bell. Now, there is something worth remembering about these two guards. They were two altogether different men. Plumb different.
Well, kid, we're in Lincoln, and you're sure to hang now. Why don't you make a brush for that brush over there? I sure would like to try out this new fangled shotgun. Come on, I'll give you a 100-foot head start.
I'll not give you the chance, Ollinger, and I'm not going to hang either, so you won't get to see that.
You're brave enough right now, all right, but you just wait till I start putting that rope around your neck. I look for you to start a big and a crying then, 'cause kid, you ain't never had no real nerve.
Oh, now take it easy, Ollinger. You've been tormenting the kid all the way. You know he can't fight back.
It is plumb lucky for him that he came.
Let him talk, Bell. That's all there is to him anyway. Just talk.
Come on, get along with you.
You didn't have no call to do that, Ollinger. You're just making him that much harder to handle.
We could save all this time and all this fuss about this hanging. But of course, if you're afraid of that little varmint, there just ain't a whole lot that we can do about that now, is there?
Daggone it, Ollinger. I ain't neither afeard of the kid. And do you know why?
Why?
'Cause I ain't done him no hurt. But he is a tricky little devil. You know well as I do, the kid's full of tricks as a bandbox monkey. He's double-jointed, roll-handed. He can see in the dark and whip his weight in wildcats.
Yeah. He's sure wonderful, and he's sure grand. But you can have my part of that mangy little coyote.
Well, Ollinger, even if you have got it in for the kid, looks like you'd try to help me a little. For I'm the one that'll have to do most near about all the gardening.
Yeah. You're the one doing most near all of belly aching. That's for sure.
Now, Ollinger, biggest part of the time, you'll be over across the road drinking. Either there, or else over there at that Wortley Hotel, eating tortillas, you call them, must be pretty good tortillas. Keep you running over there every chance you get.
I warned you before, Bill. I've taken all that kind of talk off you. I'm going to take.
Now, fellas, we've got a serious job on our hands. You're going to have to act like it now. The kid is desperate, and I've got to go over to White Oaks to get lumber for the scaffold. So don't take your eyes off of him for a second. He's just waiting for the slight whisker of a chance to make a break.
Don't you worry about that there kid making a break. Fact of the business is, I really do hope he does try, if he ever gets up enough nerve.
All right, men, I'm depending on you.
You ain't got a thing in this world to worry about there, Pat. Not a thing in this world. That there kid, he's just as good as hanging on a rope right now.
Yes, it was a little three-cornered game between the kid and Ollinger and Bell. Garrett was gone. To look at the kid, you'd have thought he'd just given up, didn't much care anymore. But anybody who had known him very long could tell he hadn't given up, not by a jugful. Ollinger and Bell playing wore themselves out watching the kid. For days, they didn't dare bat an eye, let alone get much sleep. So with Bell and Ollinger unaware, the kid was, little by little, getting the upper hand in this three-handed game. When the right time came, he changed the game into a two-handed game. I mean, a sure enough card game with Bell.
Hey, Bell, I'm going to take these other prisoners across the road to get some dinner after work. You keep an eye on the kid there. The shotgun is in the hall closet, and don't you fail to use it if and he offers you any trouble. You just pull both triggers, and out comes 18 buckshot, special made for that there kid. Come on, get along with you. Come on.
Looks like we're going to be here quite a spell, don't it, Bell?
Well, yeah, it sure does, kid.
All this time and nothing to do. Time sure passes slow when you ain't got nothing to do.
Which I was thinking the same thing, kid. Looked like there ought to be some way we could make the time go by a little faster, don't it?
How about a game of cards?
Well, when it comes to cards, I never was no good at cards, but I'll play you a little game or two.
Good. Here, you cut the deck, I'll deal. Kind of awkward handling cards with these bracelets on.
Dad, gone it. If you ain't the luckiest feller ever I seen. Well, unlucky at cards, lucky in love, they said. Well, but me, I never had no luck either way.
Well, sometimes we're lucky and don't know it. Just keep trying, keep betting. You know, your luck might come just when you bet on your very last card. Shucks, Bell, I sure am getting clumsy. I dropped a card.
That's all right, kid. I'll get it for you.
Now keep your head, Bell, and do like I say. You won't get hurt.
Give me back my gun, kid. I treated you the best I know how.
That's why I don't want to hurt you, Belle, but I can't give you back your gun. I'm fighting for my life.
I take it up for you every time I could, and this ain't no way to do a feller.
Don't be a fool, Belle. Don't run. No, Belle, don't do it, Belle. Come back, Belle, Belle. Hello, Bob. Just wanted you to know. There's them 18 buckshots you promised me. Goss, unlock the door, you old fool. Come on out the kitchen. Nothing's gonna happen to you. You're too good a cook. Get something pronto and help me out of these irons.
I got an axe, kid.
Watch how you're chopping, Goss. I'm gonna need both my legs.
Well, I wouldn't be so darn scared if you wasn't pointing that there cannon at me.
I'm gonna need a horse. Sure wish Patch was here. It'd do me a heap of good to ride out of town on the sheriff's horse.
I'll find you one, kid. Billy Burt's around back.
Sure sorry I had to kill Belle. He treated me good. Scram, kid!
Here you are, kid. I couldn't get here no sooner. I couldn't catch this here nag.
Everybody, friends or foes, better keep out of my way today. I'm not stopping for hell or high water. If anybody's tired of living, just let them try and head me off. Oh, by the way, tell Billy Bird I'll send his horse back in the morning.
After his escape, the kid went to Fort Sumner to hide among friends. True to his word, the kid released Billy Bird's horse. It returned alone and unharmed to Lincoln the next morning. And I hope this story hasn't been too much for you, Miss Anita. It's pretty bloody.
No, Mr. Chisholm. Sad and tragic as this story is, it thrills me through and through behind all the bitterness and strife. Among these people of the old Southwest, I see only unquenchable spirit blazing the trail of those to come.
Yes, they lived a life in the roof, asking no favors and giving none. I guess it was their way of life, to meet it head on.
How sad to think that all the life is gone forever, that the gallant knights of the range will ride no more.
Oh no, Miss Anita. Along these dusty streets still walk the memories of men who lived when the West was young, when the same life, without its tragedies, is lived today in Lincoln. See, the fiesta's beginning. The folks are gathering for the fun. Here they come, Miss Anita, your knights of the range. Men of the saddle, of chivalry, of romance. Knights of the range today. Woohoo! And we didn't get our little rodeo. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a wonderful audience. We thank you for being here. We'll do this again next year. We invite you back. We'll do it tomorrow night and Sunday if you want to come then. Be careful on the road going home. As longtime narrator Dave Parks used to say, the life you save on the road might be mine. So be careful. If you want to come down, meet the cast. Get out, get